So, vor mir steht einer der berühmtesten Cavisten, Weinhändler Frankreichs. Er kommt aus Lyon, von Antic Wine. Das ist Georges dos Santos. Eigentlich ist er Portugiese. Hallo Georges.
Hello.
But he speaks very well English. So Georges, we're here on an event here in Berlin, and you have brought a lot of wines with, let's say, labels which many people don't know. This is a Cornas, this is a Côte de Vivarais. We have Saint Joseph, but a wine which I think is very interesting, I think, for the Germans to understand a little bit more about the Rhône appellations. It's a wine from the Côte Rouennaise. Can you tell us a little bit about this wine?
Okay, the first thing, Côte Rouennaise, if you try to have just a localization, is close to Monsieur Trois Gros, 3 stars.
Rhône.
Very big family, very big name, and very impressed in the kitchen and the food of France. This is Gamay grape. Does it mean, oh my god, I don't like a Gamay? No, this is super good because the vine is from 1878 and the style of the wine is really, like we can say, black pepper, very fruity. We don't know if it's a Pinot Noir, we don't know if it's a Syrah. It looks like little bit, it can be like a Gamay, but can be a little bit of Syrah. And is the first time I try, I say, it can be like a Piemonte, very light, very fruity, and it can be a very nice Pinot Noir from the Valais, from the Switzerland.
Yeah.
But it's really superb.
It does have the gummy flavors, a little bit of strawberry, cooked strawberry, cherry, rose petal, but what you
like
said about
griotte cerise. But it smells like black pepper, like a fresh Syrah being cut, like from the barrique.
So you said this is the oldest wines in France, still existing?
It's still one of the oldest vines in France, 1878. The production is 1,500 bottles, 3-4 barriques. Does it mean this is very rare? But what is very interesting is 100% bio, travail naturel in the vines, using the hands, no chemicals, probably like 20 different grass in the vineyards, different grass, original Luzerne, pissenlit, and all this kind of vegetable, like the garden of France. And I find very interesting to drink a wine so rare, like probably the people drinking 20, 50 or 60 years ago from the same grape.
So this is basically an antique wine kind of feeling,
It's an antique wine, and it's a kind of is totally wrong. It's not because the wine is rare, is expensive. This is rare and it's not really expensive.
Can you turn the label, please, so people can see
Côte Rouennaise.
how it's written? One thing about I was going to ask you, you have brought a lot of wines which are maybe not so common, and I think France has, of course, famous wines, but these wines are, let's say, this is what the wines what the French people like to drink. I think there is a big gap between the fameux, the prestigieux wines, and the, let's say, the interesting wines.
I really like to using the big names of the winemakers, all these famous winemakers, because every famous winemaker can be a wine spectator, fish maker, and something making a good wine, not too expensive. It's what I bring today. And all the wines I bring today is the wines we can find in some restaurants. Last night I have a dinner in a very, very good German restaurant, and we find Yves Cuiron, we find François Villard, we find all this kind of very good Beaujolais from Marcel Lapierre, from Jean-Paul Brun. And it's 20 euros, 15 euros, 12 euros wine. And the Grand Cuvée, okay, is a 60 to 100 euros. But like an example of this is one of the very, very top winemakers. And this is 15 euros wine. This is very good. And it's really expression of the terroir. Syrah, okay, but it's a big vintage, 2010. A lot of food.
I thank you very much. Cornas, Côte de Vivarais, Vin Sobre, Syrah, Saint Joseph, Côte Rôtie from a young wine, from a young vintner, and another Crozet Hermitage, Saint Joseph,
La Maribel, cuvée spéciale,
Saxelon, and Crozet Hermitage. Thank you very much.